find this a little bit different tonight. But I feel the time has come for me to tell it. So we speak of the Bible as though it's written, say, this year. And people will go to bat for some interpretation of a word or interpretation of a sentence. And here we have a book, I'm speaking now of the New Testament, that the oldest known text of the New Testament has only recently been discovered. Well, 1929. And they are the letters of Paul. And they are not original. They are copies made in the 3rd century. No original autograph of any New Testament text is known by man today. We have copies, and we have copies of copies. But not since the 3rd century have we found anything that resembles, or rather, that could be claimed to be near the original. And when you think that prior to the invention of the printing press, which was in the 15th century, all these were copies. And so you had scribal errors, and you had editorial emendations. And editors are very quick with their pen to change, to alter a text, although they were not present, they were not eyewitnesses, but they'll make it conform to what they want. And so we have these editorial emendations, and we have the normal, natural scribal errors. I know in my own case, my wife is a very well-educated girl, went to Smith College, and she wrote me when I was in the Army, once a day anyway, and sometimes 3, sometimes 2 or 3 times. I would always put them in my pocket and read them when I was alone, that I could decipher them. I have taken a letter of hers, it's been written, say, 5, 6 years, and it's cold. And I would say to her, darling, read this for me. She can't even read her own handwriting. Now that happened in this century. Well, scribes are making copies. And there are no 2 copies that really are identical. And we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of copies. And we have translations, mostly of the Latin tongue. And these were written in Hebrew and Amharic. Translations into the Greek, but that's one removed. And then from the Greek into Latin. And most of these copies are translations from the Latin, which could not properly express the thought of those who spoke and thought in the Hebraic tongue. Now, to get beyond what we have, to find what really was written. So tonight you'll find this a little bit different. Here we are looking for the truth, trying to find out what is God's intention for us. We are told in Scripture, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except by me, but no one. This one is made to say, I came into the world to bear witness to the truth. And you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. We are told that grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. We are told that in him was life, and the life was the light of men. So he makes the statement and puts them all together that he is the true and living way. I am the way and the truth and the life. I'll tell you from my own personal experience, and it's not in Scripture that you can see it, you can't read it that way. As I've just told you, we do not have any original. I am quite sure if the original is ever found, you're going to find the story that I have told in Revelation. If it is ever found, but we have none. As I said, the oldest manuscript is a copy made in the 3rd century. And that's only of the letters of Paul, not of the Gospels. Now here, I'll tell you from experience that truth is a fiery spiral stairway. What looks true on one level may not be true on the next higher level. Entirely different on another level. Vision, a complete vision, must extend to include the vertical as well as the horizontal. We only think of the horizontal and think of the relationship of parts to others. It must include all the different levels, a true vision. Now, let me take now a statement which you'll find most disturbing. It's taken from the book of Revelation. You'll find it in the 3rd chapter, the 1st verse. I know your works. You have the name of being alive, and you are dead. The very thought that a man can be dead without knowing that he is, that's disturbing enough. But the possibility of man being dead while he was alive, that's really startling. Without the experience that I have had, it just doesn't make sense. But after you've experienced it, there's not a thing in this world that looks as it looked prior to that experience. I meet friends of mine whose funerals I attended. They do not know that they're dead, because they're not really. They are independent of my perception of them. They argue with me, and I can't persuade them that I went to their funeral. I can tell on this level, my friends who know me, do you know Jack? Oh yes, I knew him. Do you know that I attended his funeral? Oh yes, he died. He'll tell me the day, the month, the year. Well, he tells me that he didn't. So on this level, I know those who died, and I can persuade those who are not aware that they did depart, because they have not died, not to themselves. They're very much alive and young and healthy and about their business, trying to make a dollar, trying to do all the things they'd tried here. The same person, no transforming power in death. And so, on one level, here you're told, you have the name of being alive, and you are dead. So he did not believe that he had died. But just imagine the possibility of being dead while you were alive. That I have experienced. To come upon a scene just like this, and everything is so real and so alive. All the people are enjoying the moment.